Hey everyone, this is a guitar tutorial for God Is Not Against Me by Elevation Worship featuring Chris Brown and Tiffany Hudson. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to my channel or give this video a like, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. Additionally, if you're interested in any of the gear that you see today, there are links in the description below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can click the 3 dots next to the like button and you can go from there, and I really appreciate it. Check out my book called How to Save Catholic Schools. It's available on Amazon right now. There's also merch available on my spread shop, and if you'd like, you can check out my email list. And if you do sign up for it, you can get my top 8 tuning tips for free. All right, grab your acoustic guitar, and you don't need a capo today, and let's get started. Like I said, you don't need a capo. You're going to be playing in the key of D, and here are the following chords you need to know: D, G, B minor, A, there's an E minor in there, and a D over F sharp. All right, so you might be familiar with most or all of those chords, but if you're not, here's how I'm playing them specifically. To play the D chord, I'm putting my index finger on the G string 2nd fret, middle finger high E 2nd fret, and ring finger on the B string 3rd fret. Don't strum the low E or the A strings when you're playing D. Play the G chord, I'm putting my middle finger down on the low E 3rd fret, index finger A string 2nd fret, and on the 3rd fret I'm covering the high E and B strings with my ring finger and pinky. To play the B minor chord, I don't like playing this type of B minor only because it doesn't give me enough bass response. So I'm going to use the bar chord version, which is barring the entire 2nd fret minus the lowest string. And then your middle finger is going to be playing the B string 3rd fret, ring finger and pinky go on the 4th fret, covering the D and G strings specifically. Sounds a little fuller than that, just a little thinner than that. To play the A chord, you could bar the D, G, and B strings in the 2nd fret, or you can use this shape as well. Either way, whatever floats your fancy. Just don't strum the low E. For the E minor chord, I'm covering the A and D strings in the 2nd fret with my index finger and middle finger. And you get to strum everything. And for D over F sharp, low E is covered with the index finger 2nd fret, G string with the 2nd fret middle finger, and then ring finger is covering the B string 3rd fret. And it might sound a little blunty, but that's okay. The reason I say that is because the index finger is slightly touching the A string, and you really don't need it for D over F sharp, because this is really what matters in that chord. All right, so don't worry, I'm going to put the chords on screen for you. I'm going to say them as we go along, and after we play through the song, I'm going to talk about some strumming patterns that you could apply to it. So get ready. Here we go. B minor, G, D, 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 A, G, B minor, G, D, B minor, G, D, B minor, G, D, A, G, D, B minor, A, G, D, B minor, A, G, D, B minor, G, D, B minor, G, D, B minor, G, D, A, G, B minor, G, D, B minor, G, D, B minor, G, D, A, E minor, D over F sharp, A, G, D, B minor, D, G, A, 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 B minor, D, G, D, B minor, A, 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 G. Well, everyone, I hope that I was able to help you out with that tutorial. Let's talk about some strumming patterns. There's really two main patterns that you should use in this song, and I'll start with the chorus because it's a little easier. You're just going to do eighth notes. You might have noticed that in the first chorus I didn't use that pattern, but the second time around I did, and that's just to create a fuller atmosphere, especially if you're in a smaller band setting. Now you should use that pattern on all the choruses just to keep a uniformity if you're in a larger band. So you're just going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, essentially when you're playing that pattern. Now when you're playing the verses, this is what you could use. A little slower. And even slower. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. So those are the two patterns that you can use. Now there is one thing that I didn't show you in the introduction of this video, and that is emphasizing the highest string possible for each chord. Now for this key, we're playing in the key of D, and although you're playing the high E, second fret when you're playing a D chord, which is an F sharp note, I'm not necessarily strumming that. So when I'm playing a D chord, I'm gently lifting off that middle finger, so I'm not playing that string. Some of you might think that's counterproductive, but for what I'm hearing in the mix, it's not like he's playing the full chord. For example, I don't think you're hearing this when you're hearing the verses. And I know I'm kind of exaggerating the higher strings there, but I think you're hearing this. And there are times where that high string pokes out and it's more of like salt and pepper for the song. It's not like you're playing the same chord shape all the time and you have to hear all the strings in that shape. It kind of gives you a little bit more flavor to the song rather than just vanilla. You're playing exactly what the chord shape calls for. So that's something to take away, not just for this song, but for other songs. Maybe if you're leading worship or you're just playing in the background, try to do something that's going to make the band shine and not just yourself. If someone's covering that note, maybe on keys or on another instrument, you don't have to play it if it's covered by someone else. But if it's emphasized and maybe it's a melodic line, maybe you should. So just something to think about. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. And if you'd like, you can donate to the channel by clicking the 3 dots next to the like button. You can go from there, and I really appreciate it. Check out my book called How to Save Catholic Schools. It's available on Amazon right now. You can look at my spread shop link. There's some merch available to you as well. And then if you'd like to join my email list, well, you can. And if you subscribe, you can get my top 8 tuning tips for free. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a great rest of your week. God bless.